Hi there, my name's Marty Owings. Today we're going to take a look at Holbein's Acryla Gouache. It's an acrylic-based gouache, unlike their regular artist gouache. It has some different properties, and today we're going to take a look at them. Today I think I'll try some of this cardstock paper I have. This is from bookmaking video I had, and then I'll try some just standard illustration board. All right, let's get started. Because it's an acrylic-based gouache, people will often ask, can I use it with other water media? Can I clean my brushes like I would with watercolor? Can I do glazes with it? The answer to all these questions is yes, although I wouldn't glaze over transparent watercolor with an opaque paint. You can go the other way and it'll give your painting some luminescence maybe if you do it right. So in other words, you can put the gouache down and then glaze over it with transparent watercolors to get some of the background colors and pick those up. I hope you'll pardon this brief interruption while I ask for your support. If you enjoy the content on the channel, please pop over and become a member, or you can make a one-time donation by buying a cup of coffee. It's really easy. Another way to support the channel is by buying my recently released Field Sketches book. That's it. I appreciate your support. Well, that is really going to be a flat green. Almost reminds me of like grade school. We used to paint with like flat acrylics. One of the things I like about just gouache in general is that it does dry really flat like this. Once it'll dry, it's chalky looking. That's especially intentional. So let's add a little cypress green. That's another single pigment paint. So that might be too thick there. All right, let's go. Oh, maybe not thick enough. Holbein just makes nice paint in general, whether it's watercolor or gouache or any of their other paints. You can tell there's good quality goes into them. It's different when you're painting on a toned background than a white piece of paper. You can see the the toned paper coming through underneath the paint a little bit. The red has nice coverage. I like that. Try a little yellow. I do have some titanium white gouache, although it's not acrylic gouache. It is M. Graham, and I'll just put that on this tone background just so you can see what that white will look like. Probably too much paint here on the yellow, but I don't expect the coverage of the yellow to be as good as like the darker colors. And we'll see. Trying to load the brush up with a good amount of paint. Yeah, you can see it doesn't quite cover as well as the darker colors here first. Try this. Oh, yeah, that pours out inky. PV23 is the pigment name here for this one. Series A. Wow. Inky. I don't know what better word to say for it. I'm tempted to tone that down a little bit and just try another little wetter below. See what we get. You can even see the color on this toned paper. A little bit. Interesting. I like the pop of that violet on, much better on white paper than on toned, but could just be preference. That one has 3 pigments in it. And I love that Holbein clearly marks the pigments on their paints. You don't have to guess with Holbein, which I really like. They're not trying to hide what they're using in their paint. Wow, I like the pop of that on the tone paper. Really nice. Somehow it reminds me of like a 1950s bathroom. Just evocative of the colors that were used in that era. All right, now some ash yellow, which is more like that kind of a baby diaper color. This has got PY42, PBK7, and PW6 in it. And that's moderately light fast, but Series A. All right. Let's give it a go. It's got good coverage on the tone paper. Kind of surprisingly different on the tone paper than on the white. We'll compare those in a minute. Get these last few paints down here. Right, well, kind of the next thing I want to do is I want to draw a line here and see if I can cover the line with the paint. See, you know, kind of see what the coverage is like. And I mean, I haven't done it yet, so I don't know, but I almost expect that acrylic should be able to cover to cover up line pretty well. And we'll see. We'll find out. All right, I think I'll just lay this line down across here. Well, I figure with a lighter color, it's probably not going to cover the line, but you know, it's gouache, right? So maybe it should. All right, that's pretty good. Well, that looks like it might cover it initially anyway. All right. Oh, that's going to be a little watery, but that's okay. Let's just try it. No. You definitely need the the gouache to be thick as intended. Fair enough. Leave it there on that one. Oh, it's really, I'm putting this on thick, so ignore the comparison here. Plus it has to dry. Yeah, of course, it looks good. It really looks good on toned paper, the bright white. There's just a lot of contrast compared to regular paper, which is already white. So don't let that throw you. Just take a little bit of that white up. Nice. I think that's about it for this. Needs to dry a little bit, and then we'll come back to it. Looks kind of cool on the toned paper. I like gouache on toned paper. It just pops. All right, all this has had a chance to dry. Pretty chalky. Same here. Very chalky. You can kind of see the coverage here. So I think from here, what I want to do is I want to put a little paint color over the dry gouache. So I'm wondering if maybe I'll do that here on this sheet. Now it's about what color we'll use here. Some final thoughts about the versatility of this acrylic gouache. Because it's acrylic based, I think once you put it down, it's really going to be tough to re-wet it and bring it back up. So that's really great for underpainting or anything like that, or any kind of gouache painting you want to do. It's just going to dry and be flat and not re-wet. They're not inexpensive, but they're not bad either, and you get a lot of paint in those tubes. So yeah, I liked using it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This has been Marty for owingsart.com.